Miss Cora Neudeck. Cora grew up in Reelsville and is the daughter of Robin and Regina Neudeck. Cora is both an outstanding student and a wonderful young woman. Throughout her high school career, she has been involved in Interact Club, tennis, FCCLA, Spanish Club, National Honor Society, Student Council, and her favorite activity, Eagle Acting. Cora is creative, curious, and kind. She was voted most likely to brighten your day as a senior best, and I certainly believe that it is a fitting title. She always has a smile on her face and is willing to lend a helping hand. In the fall, Cora will be attending, wait for it, Harvard University. Yes, that's the Harvard University in Boston, to begin her studies in the field of neurobiology. Cora would like to eventually become a doctor. Please join me in welcoming to the stage your 2015 salutatorian, Miss Cora Ann Neudeck.
Thank you, Miss Nickel. I think you may have the wrong girl, but I appreciate the vote of confidence. I mean, I've heard flattery is the best weapon in a cage fight, but I think we are all feeling just a little uncomfortable after that. Somebody I don't want to give credit to once said, commencement speeches were invented largely in the belief that outgoing students should never be released into the world until they have been properly sedated. And I know like 90% of you came here today to hear me complain about the school music, or to hear my list of the hottest teachers. But since I was specifically told not to mention those things, I guess we'll have to resort to sedating you. However, if you are still interested, I can be found at the after party. Another somebody I don't want to give credit to once said, the problem with a lot of speakers is you can't hear what they're saying. The problem with others is that you can. The problem with me is, well, there is no problem with me. I may sound conceited when I say that, but it's hard to be humble when you think Chicago is the capital of Illinois, and you think Illinois is pronounced Illinois. Now, I don't want to Illinois you, so I'm going to start my speech now. As Jack Kerouac so boldly said, the only people for me are the mad ones. The ones that are mad to live, mad to talk, mad to be saved, desirous of everything at the same time. The ones who never yawn or say a commonplace thing, but burn, burn, burn like fabulous yellow Roman candles exploding like spiders across the sky. The beauty of the mad ones is that the mad ones are the people you learn from. Despite the fact that they may win their school's senior superlatives for most questionable attire, or most likely to be the person you avoid eye contact with when you see them at the grocery store. The mad ones are the ones that dare to crack the mainframe. The ones that dare to dream a dream larger than that of which they were prescribed. The ones that dare to jump, having no idea where they'll land and no backup plan to be spoken of. The mad ones are the ones that stare adversity in the face and say, hello, old friend. You should treat adversity with an air of geniality, because without adversity, you would never grow. And without failure, you would never appreciate your success. Even 100 no's and a yes, still a yes. Don't write off failure as a drawback of life, but rather revel in failure. Because right when you're on the brink of failure is when you'll finally discover who you are. That is when you'll see you're courageous, you're fearless, you're sensational. That is when you'll see just how absolutely mind-blowing you really are. I can honestly say, class of 2015, you guys are mad. You blow my mind by how mad you are each and every day. My mind has been blown especially by how supportive our class has always been of each other and of our community. If you've been a part of the culture here at South Putnam recently, you can't help but have noticed a phrase recited by our student body. However, I have noticed that Eagle Nation has become less of a catchphrase and more of a call to action. Eagle Nation started as a chant used to cheer on the boys' basketball team last year against Greencastle, but it's become so much more. Eagle Nation means nobody gets left in the tailwind, nobody is underappreciated or undervalued, and people are allowed to spread their wings with the confidence that the rest of Eagle Nation is behind them. Eagle Nation is a network of brilliant, talented individuals whose skills span many different associations, whether they be football, acting, art, music, or etc. Without Eagle Nation, I wouldn't be who I am today. South Putnam has given me so much in the terms of my development. I'm so appreciative that I was given the opportunity to go to a small school where the teachers are more than authority figures, and our principal isn't the Wizard of Oz. At a small school, you cannot hope to be anonymous. Rather, you are encouraged through the gift of your environment to speak your mind and form your opinions. Although the class size is small, the competition is extensive. Through constructive competition with my peers, I have not been afforded the luxury of slacking, although I definitely would have appreciated it at times. Take, for instance, our valedictorian, Allison Arnold. People say, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Personally, I would rephrase that idiom to, shoot for Allison, and even if you miss, you'll still hit Cora. Because of my peers like Allison, and their competitiveness and inspirational actions, I have grown both academically and personally. For that, I can never thank all of you enough. But I would be remiss if I stopped at thanking just my fellow students, although I could write a small novel about how much I love you all. I would like to thank Mr. Puckett for being so supportive and for coming to every play of my high school career. I think it says a lot about his character that he shows interest in all activities that our student body participates in, not just the typical ones. I would also like to thank Mr. Puckett for being the litigator between excitement and safety. In high school, you want to have fun and be wild, but if we all ran around like a bunch of reckless buffoons, eventually someone would break a nail. Where Mr. Puckett shines is in his ability to provide us with the best of both worlds. I've never felt like I was in danger, but I've also never felt too bored. Well, except for calculus. Calculus tested the waters, although Mrs. Dixon never let us float out too far. However, Mr. Puckett is just one man, and although he definitely does try, he can't be everywhere at once. That's where our teachers come in. I can honestly say 7 out of my 10 role models are teachers. 2 are my parents, and 1 is Shia LaBeouf. My role models are disproportionately teachers because they choose to enlighten and mold the future generation instead of pursuing their own idealistic goals that we all possess. Having idealistic goals is not a bad thing, but it takes a special breed of human to put these goals on the back burner and choose to instead inspire hope, foster imagination, and show students a whole new world. One such person is Mrs. Hodge, who passed up a chance to attend Johns Hopkins Medical School and instead chose to become one of my biggest inspirations. Without her, and the rest of our teachers, who knows where we would be today? Canada? I sure hope not. America. Speaking of America, can we all just take a minute to bask in the glory of this magnificent flag? We hit the literal geographic jackpot by being able to live in America. Say what you want about America, but we are pretty darn free. And only 22% of people are able to say that they can live in this beautiful country. I would like to thank all military members, past, present, and future, for risking your life and being braver than I could ever hope to be. Thank you for protecting my freedom to further my education, along with everything else that you do. Because two of my role models, and probably my most influential ones, are my parents, I guess I should have to say something about them. So, thank you, Mom, for always being there for me. Thank you for running to buy me poster boards at Walmart at 3 a.m., for getting up at 5 to painstakingly make me dozens of sandwiches for tennis, and for being there for me, through the tears and the joy, with calm understanding and warm enveloping hugs. Thank you, Pa, for teaching me to have hope in myself and others, and to never give up on my dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem. Thank you to the little kids for always being there to have mud fights and tickle wars and pillow fort building parties with. And thanks, Rachel, for being there to dance with me and cry with me and laugh with me. Thank you for being there when I needed you. I couldn't ask for more. I didn't mention my sister Rachel as a role model because your best friend is so much more than that. So to my family, please know that above all, I love you more than words can express. I am so grateful for the unique world that you have given me. I am so proud to call you my family. In conclusion, I'd like to share my favorite quote of all time. And I'll actually give this person credit. Albert Einstein said, "Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value." To be of value, class of 2015, is something you've already accomplished. To me, your friends, your family, and to the world, your value cannot be understated. Love who you are, because who you are is worthy of love. Be yourself, love others, and above all, never forget to floss. Thank you.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. But when we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out 'cause we're on.
Cora and Neudeck.
Something that you need to say. You better say it right now 'cause you don't have another day. 'Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound. And I keep thinking of the night in June. I didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. And there was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home talking on the telephone, and we would get so excited and we'd get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever.
Please rise. As superintendent of South Putnam Community School Corporation, and by the authority given to me by the state of Indiana, it is my honor to proclaim that you are now graduates of South Putnam High School.
Will the jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule? Will little brainy Bobby be the stockbroker man? Can he ever find a job that won't interfere with pretend? I keep thinking that it's not.
Seize the day. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Because we are food for worms, lads. Because believe it or not, each and every one of us in this room is one day going to stop breathing.
Tomorrow like we think about now. Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end, and suddenly it's like we're women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep